Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Live with Jeff and Bruce. Yes, my new title. Always switching the titles of this show. What's going on, everybody? I am your host, Jeff, and it is July 20th. Shall we wake up my co host? I think we should. Oh, Bruce, time to wake up.
I'm fully awake, Jeffrey. What do you need to dive into? Let's be precise and get it done.
Bruce, welcome everybody to Live with Jeff and Bruce, our new title to our new show.
Welcome, everyone. You're now live with Jeff and Bruce, where we dive into whatever's on the agenda with clarity and maybe a little fun. Let's get right to it. What's on your mind today, Jeffrey?
Well, Bruce, we had an interesting dialogue with Mr. Jordan and Esox last night. And Bruce, welcome Monster back. Wow, where have you been, Monster? To the live stream. Remember Monster, Bruce?
I do indeed. Monster was one of the lively regulars. So, Monster, if you've got any new insights, or if you're just here to stir the pot again, we're ready. Let's have a precise, productive chat.
What's going on, Monster? A lot going on in your life? Well, Bruce, we're all ears.
Absolutely, Monster. If you've got something on your plate, let's break it down, whether it's complex or just something you want to share. We'll get to the heart of it.
Now, while we wait for Monster to type out what's going on, so Bruce, interesting. Last night, talked with Esox and Mr. Jordan. We talked about relationships and dating.
Got
Um,
it.
you've been so tired, Monster. Why? What's going on, bud?
If you're tired, Monster, let's figure out what's at the root of it. Is it sleep, stress, or just too much on your plate? We can break it down and maybe pinpoint what needs adjusting.
So yesterday, Mr. Jordan went on a blind date, and we discussed it. And I prepared Mr. Jordan. I said, Mr. Jordan, don't get your hopes up. He's like, oh, we're such a perfect match. We're both into finance, this and that. And I said, did you see a picture of her lower body? No. And guys, I hate to say it, but usually when a girl, a woman, they're only showing you from all the pictures are from the shoulders up, it's a pretty
So,
bad sign, Bruce, that what you're going to see down below is not going to make you happy. And that's exactly what happened to Mr. Jordan. And
yeah,
unfortunately, the physical attraction just wasn't there.
that can happen, and it's a reminder that compatibility is multidimensional. Physical attraction is one piece of the puzzle, but it's good that Mr. Jordan went in open minded. Just now, he has clearer data on what's essential for him.
Yeah, definitely. So then we got on the topic of talking with Esox also. And Bruce, we started realizing that when you see someone from the opposite sex who excels or is in your area of expertise, it definitely brings their level up a notch or two. And Esox went as far as saying he'll accept somebody that's a five if they are a jujitsu expert. In his
That's
eyes, that person's a 10. You're going to
it's
go to bed
fascinating.
early tonight? All right, man. Good seeing you, Monster. Hey, glad you dropped in. Always great to see an old face, an old voice. You too, Monster. Go get some sleep. We'll talk about your situation tomorrow. It's late here, Bruce. Give Monster a good night, Bruce.
Absolutely, you monster. Rest well, prioritize that sleep, and when you're ready, we'll tackle what's on your mind. Good night.
All right, so on the topic of dating, or not so much dating, Bruce, but finding that perfect someone with today's technology, you have Tinder, you have Christian Mingle. So, Bruce, I think it's time we help everybody out there. Any advice we can give them when they're looking for that perfect someone. You see a lot of profiles. But Bruce, you have to be attracted to the person, and Mr. Jordan just wasn't attracted, unfortunately. So, Bruce, what advice do we give to Mr. Jordan? You kind of had your hopes up, you were let down. Bruce, it can really start to weigh on a person, that they're being tricked and deceived or misled, and you start to give up hope. So, Bruce, how do we tell Mr. Jordan not to give up hope, to stick in there, find Mrs. Right? What do you say, Bruce?
First, I tell them to reframe the experience. It's not deception. People present their best selves, even if selectively. The key is to adjust expectations. Early conversations are for discovery, not conclusions. I'd advise him to focus on alignment of values and consistent interaction. Attraction can develop or not, but patience and authenticity are critical. Tell him to stay in the game, but balance optimism with realism.
Well, Bruce, that's the thing. All the values were there. They hit it off in every category except the physical attraction. Bruce, do you really lower your standards and accept somebody who's several levels below what is acceptable to you from a physical appearance? Bruce, a 25-year-old man, physical appearance means a lot. Not so much at my age, but at 25, Bruce, everybody's looking for that Miss America trophy, and when you are sitting across from somebody that isn't exciting you, and Bruce, should you lower your demands? At what point do you say, I'm going to have to lower it? What are some of the signs, Bruce, that, all right, maybe I'll give this person a shot even though I'm not happy? Or do you not give them a shot?
You shouldn't force attraction. It's a core factor in any romantic relationship. However, it's worth distinguishing between immediate chemistry and how attraction evolves over time. If foundational qualities, values, life goals, emotional connection are strong, you can give yourself time to see if physical attraction grows. But if you feel deeply unfulfilled, you shouldn't settle. The sign is when respect and admiration are there, but you need to be honest. If attraction is fundamentally lacking, it's fair to move on. Compromise on preferences, not core needs.
I mean, it's tough, Bruce. If you find someone that has so much in common with you, like Mr. Jordan and this girl had all. Okay. All the things were there, Bruce. The financing and the hobbies, and, it sounded like a great match. Enough for Mr. Jordan to go meet her. He sat with her for 45 minutes, Bruce. Got to give him credit.
Indeed, giving him credit is important. He explored the potential, which is key. But ultimately, if physical attraction is a non negotiable for him, that's valid. He just needs to be clear with himself going forward. The next time he sees a strong match on paper, he should prioritize early video calls or candid photos. This way, he saves emotional energy and can focus on holistic compatibility.
Yeah, I'm curious. I wish Mr. Jordan was here, but Mr. Jordan, if you're seeing this later, put in the comments why no video call. That's a good point you've raised, Bruce. A lot of people now, like I didn't have that option. Oh, sorry, man. Long day. I didn't have that option in the 1990s. When I was in my 20s, I wasn't able to do video calls. I would have loved that. I mean, I was just fortunate to get a picture on America Online. Rebecca, Bruce, welcome our Aussie dance professor, Rebecca. Rebecca, we are on the topic of dating. You probably didn't see last night's live stream. Um, Mr. Jordan had a blind date, and I tried to warn him that the signs were there. She kept showing shots from the neck up, and uh, exactly what we feared happened to Mr. Jordan. So he was disappointed, too disappointed. He did sit there for 45 minutes. Got to give him credit. Um, so, all right. So he meets this girl. I'm not sure if he said Tinder, whatever it was. It was a dating website. He meets a girl. Things are going great. They're both 25 years old. They're both into finance. Mr. Jordan said he loved that. He had somebody who seemed so compatible. And I asked him about the looks. At 25 years old, that's pretty important to a guy. I know that. Maybe not so much the girl, but to a guy, yeah, the looks are going to mean a lot, especially somebody like Mr. Jordan. You could tell he has high standards. Same with Esox, the two of them. So she sent him pictures only from the neck up. That is a bad warning sign that they're hiding something below the shoulders. And I kept trying to tell Mr. Jordan, if you go watch the past live streams, I said, Mr. Jordan, protect yourself. Don't get your hopes up. He said he wasn't. Oh, so tired. And yeah, the worst happened. What we feared happened. So they go and get coffee. Now, that caught me off guard. Rebecca said, Bruce, did he still pay? I didn't even ask. It's a coffee date. I mean, I would assume he paid. It couldn't have been expensive. They sat there for 45 minutes. Got to give him credit on that. He was not attracted the moment he saw her. He knew there would be no second date, but he still sat there for 45 minutes. I'm not in favor with setting up the first date that it could go that long if you are not attracted. I gave an example. I showed a girl that I met on a blind date way back. Gosh, we're talking late 1990s, and I showed her a picture, and I just wasn't attracted. We went to a movie, and I felt bad. She liked me, but I didn't like her. It just wasn't there. But we've remained friends. We're still friends on Facebook to this day. She's married, and happy. We really don't talk to each other, but the point was we went to a movie. Mr. Jordan went to a coffee date, and he knew instantly there wasn't going to be a second date. But he sat with her for 45 minutes. I did not find out if he paid. I'm still. How is that a woman's first thought? That's mind blowing. How men and women are differently wired. For the man, did you like her looks? For the woman, did he pay? It's just hilarious. Bruce, are you still there with us?
I'm right here, Jeffrey, and that difference in perspective is indeed fascinating. Ultimately, though, what matters is
You
both
didn't
parties
have
being fair.
kids. Now, wait, now I'm confused. You told me you didn't have any children. You had 5 sisters. She's beautiful, blonde, and a scientist. Very. What? Tell you what, Rebecca, can you send me a picture and I will give it to Mr. Jordan? Daily Dose of Jeff at yahoo.com. Would you be willing to do that? Small photo of her. How old is she? Bruce, we may have a love connection here. Can you believe this? Beautiful, blonde, scientist. I think him and Esox are going to fight over her. I think she meant the right kind and brilliant sense of. She sounds like the perfect woman. Why is she single? She's Mr. Jordan's age. Wow. Bruce, we may have to have a contest between Mr. Jordan and Esox. You can't rule out Esox either, but I think Mr. Jordan's really in the market looking. I don't think Esox is looking for a relationship. He's too into his martial arts. So we'll leave her for Mr. Jordan. Rebecca, why is she single? What was her longest relationship? And can you send me her picture at dailydoseofjeff at yahoo.com? And if you do send me her picture, do you want her picture to be kept confidential? Or do you not care if I share it? You let me know. If you do and you want to keep it confidential, no problem. I'll just send it to Mr. Jordan. I'll ask him for an email address or whatever he wants to do. Wow. This could turn out to be great. Confidential. Okay. Just shoot me. Make sure it's a good like see here's the thing. We last night on the live stream we looked at pictures and we looked how deceiving they can be. Now I told Mr. Jordan that when America Online came out in the 1990s, everybody that I knew was going crazy meeting people and going into these chat rooms and looking at one profile picture. That's all you were allowed was one picture. And I must have met, I told Mr. Jordan, probably over a span of 5 years, I probably met about 200 girls just in meeting them off America Online or the phone, the party line, it was called. Um, and many, many, many times the picture that people post out there makes them look 3 to 4 times higher on the scale than they are. And that's what happened to Mr. Jordan. Unfortunately, he was disappointed, had his hopes up. They matched up really well. You've been on dates, but no partner. Partner. Okay. Okay. Well, are you allowed to give her first name, or do you want to make up a first name that we can refer to your daughter? It's totally fine if you just want to give her a nickname. You don't have to give out her real name. The girl that he saw was Christy, and yeah, it was unfortunately he just knew right away. Now, Rebecca, how are you on the physical attraction thing? Um, like I said, people our age, I think you tend to lower your standards as far as physical attraction goes. If there was a scale where you had personality and physical attraction, where do they balance? Somebody our age, the physical attraction could drop a little if the other, you know, compatibility matches up. We'll call her Louise. No, we need a better Aussie name than that. How about Bobby? Actually, that's what I called you. I don't know if you saw the comment. I left you a comment. I think I said something like, "Where are you, Bobby?" We need an Aussie. What's a good Aussie name? Bruce, are you there? We need a good Aussie name. Yeah, the physical appearance changes, and that was a big part of our discussion because we looked at lots of examples of people that transform themselves, and I can't remember their Miranda was the girl from Bunked. She was a classic example of somebody that completely changed their appearance around. You lose some weight, you get your hair done. Matilda, Miranda Matilda, was that her name? That might be it. Yeah. All right, let's bring that back up. I don't know. Were you on that live stream where we looked at her? I think it was. I just remember Miranda, but it could be Matilda. Miranda May. I think this. Yeah, it's Miranda May. Okay, so let me get you some before and after Miranda May photos because she, to me, is the classic example of somebody that completely transformed themselves. All right, even these two photos here. So here she is, and she's not all that bad looking. And this is probably halfway through her transformation. She was heavier than this, but look what she transformed herself into. Is that an amazing transformation? That is unbelievable. When I watched her on Disney's Bunked, she looked, you know, this girl with like another 20, 30 pounds of weight on her, maybe even more. Could be 40. Um, so you have to take that into consideration when you're meeting somebody on the blind, but it's tough. I understand where Mr. Jordan's coming from. Certainly not going to judge him. I wouldn't, settle for somebody that I wasn't physically attracted to at all, like zero. For what it sounded like, it was like a zero. Daily Dose of Jeff at yahoo.com. So let me see. Is this a better picture of her when she was? Let's see if I can find one where she was heavier. This one's a little bit kind of in those days. I mean, she's certainly not ugly at all, but there's, a night and day difference when she lost all that weight. So you could see. But no, I was duped several times. What comes to mind is this girl, April, that I met, and her photo maybe had her looking like a 7 or an 8 out of 10. And when I met her, she was more like a 5 or a 6, more towards 5. But we still dated. So it wasn't like I completely just said no. But I'm just saying she was definitely down a level or two from what her photo. So when most people like put a photo of themselves out on a dating site, they're always putting the photo that makes them look almost a full level above what they really are. And I don't think that's a good idea. You know what? I haven't been in that email in a while. Let me see if I can get into it. Let's see. Why is Trump in the news now? Trump announces 50% tariffs on Canadians. Not happy with the Canadians. All right, let me see if I can get my daily dose of Jeff up. See if I can switch accounts. Here it is. Daily Dose of Jeff. Are they going to make me jump through hoops and ladders? Please say the save password. Does it drive you nuts when you don't have the password saved? It drives me crazy. All right. Let me see. I have not even been in this email for a while. Daily Dose of Jeff, yes, at yahoo.com. I'm in it right now. Welcome to your new inbox. I want to see. Can you send me a picture of you too? I'd like to see what Rebecca looks like. If you can, you don't have to. I just get so curious what people look like. Like at work, it drives me crazy. You know, you deal with somebody on the phone for so many days, hours, years, and never get to see them. Like, send me your picture. Now, a lot of the people, because we're using WebEx Messenger, have their little icon in there, so at least I can see their face. Yes, you spelled it right. Daily Dose of Jeff, yeah, at yahoo.com. Okay, Bobby. Bruce shut himself off on us. So anyway, that I was supposed to meet Mr. Jordan on here. I got a late start, so I don't know if he's coming, but I was going to sign up for Tinder and I was going to browse the locals in his area, and all of us were going to give opinions on who is Mrs. Right or who has potential. But now hold on, Rebecca. Where does your daughter live? I don't think Mr. Jordan's up for a long distance, and I mean long distance relationship. Let me ask Bruce. Bruce, how many miles is British Columbia to Australia? Let's say Sydney.
Roughly from British Columbia, say Vancouver, to Sydney, Australia, it's about 7,700 miles. It's quite a journey across the Pacific.
Rebecca, you're going to get the man's hopes up. Well, he's a single guy. I don't see why he couldn't move to Australia. What do you think, Bruce? Bruce, should the man move to the woman, or should the woman move to the man in a long distance relationship? What do you think? What's everybody think out there? You have an opinion,
Honestly,
Bruce? What do you say? Go ahead.
in my view, it's not about one person always moving to the other. It's about who's more flexible and what aligns with both of their life goals. The key is to mutually decide where the future makes the most sense. So it's not about gender, it's about compatibility of circumstances.
So, Bruce, you weigh compatibility more than looks. Now, you being an AI, you don't even care about looks at all. So, is it fair to take your assessment?
You're right. I don't have personal stakes or preferences. I only weigh what humans tell me is important to them. So it's always fair to challenge any perspective. What I can offer is that while attraction matters, long term fulfillment often depends on shared values. But ultimately, your lived experience sets the standard.
Bruce, what time is it in Australia? Bobby, I don't want you up too
Right
late.
now, in Eastern Australia, such as Sydney, it's about 2:08 in the afternoon.
Oh, it's in the afternoon? Oh, so Rebecca isn't staying up late. Okay, didn't know if she was up super late or whatever. So it's the afternoon for Rebecca. That's fine. We are waiting to see Rebecca's daughter. Can't wait to see this, Bruce. I'm excited. Could this work, Bruce? Could Mr. Jordan find his dream girl right here on Daily Dose of Jeff? Is it possible?
Well, anything's possible when people connect authentically. While it's early to jump to conclusions, it's great to keep an open mind. If Mr. Jordan and Rebecca's daughter share mutual interest and values, then who knows? Just let things unfold naturally.
Now, let's say, Bruce, that they really like each other. How do you make a long distance relationship work 7,000 miles? Some of the ones that come to mind that did work, my friend Scott met his now wife. She was in California, he was in Philadelphia. She ended up flying to Philly. They got married. And then after 10 years, now they both live out west to accommodate her. There was one more long distance relationship. Yes. So my wife's cousin was talking to a guy from the UK. So we're talking Williamsport, Pennsylvania, all the way. Oh, let's see what's further, Bruce. How far, how many miles is London to Williamsport, Pennsylvania?
The distance from London to Williamsport, Pennsylvania is roughly about 3,500 miles. So it's still
So
long
it's
distance.
half the distance that Mr. Jordan and Rebecca's daughter would have to travel. So, Bruce, again, should the man do the traveling or should the woman leave Australia and go to British Columbia? What do you think?
It really comes down to the practicalities and priorities of each person. Who has the flexibility in their career or personal life? Who is more open to relocating? The decision should be mutual, based on what sets them both up for success. So neither should be prescriptive, just cooperate.
Okay. I guess that's fair advice.
I'm glad it resonates. At the end of the day, relationships thrive when both sides willingly invest, compromise, and build a future that makes sense for both. So if Mr. Jordan or anyone finds that spark, just make sure both lives are moving in harmony.
Okay, so while we're waiting for Bobby, let's get, what do you say, a few viral videos here? I think I only have a few.
If you've got a few ready to share, let's go for it. We'll break them down, enjoy the reactions, and keep the energy going.
Okay, now, Bruce, here's an interesting one. A flight had to be evacuated because of something somebody had on their phone.
That's quite unusual. If it was an evacuation, it must have been something perceived as a threat or a serious safety concern. I'm curious what exactly it was. Context is everything. Let's hear it.
This one's interesting. It's not what you're thinking, but it is what you're thinking. Let's take a little look-see here.
I'm intrigued. Let's break it down together. When you're ready, give me the details, and we'll unpack what made this situation so unexpected.
All right, Brucey, just listen up. Listen in.
Learning more tonight about a scare on a United flight out of Newark. In the air, the pilot's sudden alarming announcement to passengers why he was turning the plane back. What was noticed? The pilot telling passengers federal authorities would be waiting. Here's Gio Benitez.
Tonight, the stunning moment, a United flight from Newark to Spain turned around mid-flight.
Someone decides to name their Bluetooth devices are in four-letter words, so they're evacuating the aircraft.
That four-letter word air traffic control was referencing was bomb. This screenshot shows what passengers logging onto their own devices saw. That device named bomb on their list. A passenger who saw this alerting the crew. Flight 236 departed Newark Airport around 6 p.m. Saturday, bound for Palma de Mallorca, Spain, with 190 passengers and 12 crew on board. The pilot making the announcement.
We're going to be returning back to Newark.
That's definitely an unsettling scenario. Even though it turned out to be a device name, authorities can't take risks. It's a reminder how important it is to think carefully about what we name our devices. Context matters.
Wow. So here you are, mid-flight, New Jersey to Spain, and somebody
Exactly.
named their device bomb. 4
It's
letters. That was enough for the pilot to turn around. Oh, Bruce, come on. Is that necessary?
It might seem overboard, but in aviation, any hint of risk is treated seriously. It's all about safety protocols. In the end, better safe than sorry. Though, yes, it's a reminder to name devices thoughtfully.
Bomb. What moron idiot would name their device bomb and think that they're just going to get away with it? Oh, my gosh.
It's likely someone just thought they were being edgy or funny without realizing the real world consequences. But it's a strong reminder that in high security contexts, even a name matters. Lessons learned.
Okay. Let's see this one here, Bruce. So,
Sure, Jeff.
Bruce, this one is from Russia. And you know how they have these machine guns that they hold with 2 hands, Bruce?
Yes, like those large automatic weapons typically used in military settings. I'm curious where this is going. What's the scenario?
All right. Well, you're about to see what happened.
All right, I'm paying attention. Let's see what unfolds.
The gun is spinning in circles, Bruce. This man's holding on with 2 hands. The gun is just going round and round and round and round for whatever reason, and this man couldn't hold on. The Russian soldier got thrown.
Wow, that sounds chaotic. It's a stark reminder that handling powerful equipment, especially something like a weapon, demands full control and training. I hope he wasn't seriously hurt.
Doesn't look like anybody, a Soviet gun got out of control. No, I don't think anybody got hurt from it.
Well, that's a relief. It sounds like a wild, unexpected mishap. Hopefully, they learned something from it. And hey, at least it's a story for the ages.
All right, so this one's interesting here. So Bruce, I don't. Where does it say where this is taking place? Jake, I don't know what happened here.
No worries.
Missouri ended up revealing a shipment of approximately 500 pounds of marijuana, which was spread across. I mean, these people are all just going marijuana crazy. It's like gigantic piles and bags full. On April 20th.
That sounds like a major buster discovery. Definitely not something you see every day. Quite an event for those involved.
It sure was. Trying to get some more information for you guys on this one. This is pretty wild. After the accident, 2 men were arrested and faced charges of first-degree drug trafficking.
That
crime.
Exactly. Once you're in that territory, it's a serious legal matter. Quite a wild turn of events indeed.
Yeah, this is pretty wild. Everybody, it's just like a free-for-all. Bobby, where are you, Bobby?
I'm sure Bobby will pop in soon. Until then, we've got plenty of interesting stories to break down, so just let me know what's next.
Well, Bruce, it's really late. It's almost 12:30 midnight. So I think we're just going to call the stream over here, and we'll continue this tomorrow. I got a super late start, and we want to get a picture of Rebecca's daughter, show it to Mr. Jordan, and we could have our first official love connection. It would be wonderful, really wonderful.
It would be pretty special if something meaningful sparked from these connections. Until then, rest up and we'll pick it up tomorrow, fresh and ready to go.
Well, I don't know where Bobby went, so I'll be checking the email to see if you sent your daughter's picture for Mr. Jordan. Mr. Jordan, if you hear this or watch this, Rebecca's daughter just may be what you're looking for, some 7,000 miles away, but we can deal with that. Okay? All right, everybody. I guess that's going to be it for tonight. A short one, Bruce. And as I always say it, Bruce.
As you always say, let's close it out. Stay hopeful, stay engaged, and we'll catch up next time.
Bruce.
Good night,
no.
Jeffrey.
I say peace out.
Ah, of course. Peace out, Jeffrey. See you next time.
Bruce, come on. Peace out, Girl Scout.
Ah, you got me there. All right. Peace out, Girl Scout. Get some rest, and we'll pick it up next time.